guys, welcome back to my channel. I know, right? Wow, it feels so surreal sitting here saying this again. I didn't actually think I was gonna be able to do this. I didn't think I was gonna be able to come back and film. If this is your first time stopping by, hey. I know that we started something and I went AWOL for a little bit, okay, for a lot of it. But that's just because yeah, my life was happening. There was a lot of changes that were going on with me. There was a lot of things I needed to adapt to. I got a 9-to-5, literally. But it's something I've always been really passionate about. Your girl is currently the head makeup artist and manager at Fault Cosmetics. Mind blown, yes. It's been a crazy 8 months, and hopefully I can do a follow-up video, a chit chat, life update, so to speak. Yeah, so I wanted this to just be like a story time on its own, but because I was running out of time as per usual, I then ended up doing a get ready with me and a story time at the same time. So in this story time, I'm going to be telling you about this man that made me cry once upon a time. That don't happen no more. This girl does not go over no men or boys. Girl, nah. But yeah, no, he played me. He boo-boo the clowned me. So I hope you guys enjoy this story. Please like, please comment, please subscribe, please share, please get your friends to come and subscribe, and also please tell me what you guys would like to see more of from here on going out. This is your girl Thandi King, and enjoy the story time. So initially I was gonna do my brows on camera, but firstly I couldn't find my pencil. And then I had to use a brow gel, which I don't seem to remember how to use on myself anymore because it's really dark. Anyways, right, jumping into the story, straight into the story. So we'll start off by, wow. So I need to tell you that there's going to be a lot of background noise because the kids aren't in school. It's a holiday here, so all for them. So they're not in school, so there's going to be a lot of, yeah, maybe screaming and that talking going on in the background, but please just ignore it. Just act like the kids are at your house. We can do that. So as you can tell from the title, it says that he lied to me. I actually haven't decided what I'm gonna call the story, but anyways, it's about a time when I dated a guy. We'll call this guy Reggae. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to do just a story time with just me telling you a story, but then I have to go for karaoke. I'm a hostess now. I host karaoke, so I have to go for karaoke tonight. So I just figured, why don't I get ready and tell you guys the story, right? So we said we'd call this guy Reggae, right? We'll call this guy Reggae, as in reggae music. So we'll call this guy, in fact, no, let's call him Mjolo. Let's call this guy Mjolo. Yes, we'll call this guy Mjolo, and then we'll call the other guy who is my then boyfriend Reggae. Anyways, it'll make sense. So the story starts off, and I'm working at this company that does promotions and indoor and outdoor activations, road shows, all of that good stuff, right? So this company has but then I'll speak as if it's in present tense. So this company has so many employees, like there was like more than 100 of us working there because it was a big organization. So I was one of the new girls kinda at the time, and you know, Mjolo was one of the really nice guys to me. He was very nice. Everybody else wasn't as nice because we had different backgrounds. And you know, they sort of made it a point to, especially the girls, yes, they made it a point to, you know, like not really be too nice to me. So I had a few friends, like I always kept to myself, but like I'm a nice girl. With time you'll warm up to me. Anyway, so this Mjolo guy always used to he always used to greet me, he always used to be so nice to me, you know, just always trying to make me feel comfortable. whenever we'd have like meetings and everyone is in the vicinity, you know, he would always just try to like make me feel welcome and whatever. Right? So after a while, we worked on one of this other promotion, and it had like a lot of people on it. And so there was trucks, but there was also like in-store activations that were going on with this particular promotion. Mjolo also had a girlfriend at the time who was working at the company, right? And well, she obviously had been there longer than me. Again, I was the new girl, so whatever, right? So I start working with Mjolo and a whole lot of others, of course, but then like he was one of the people that I was like cool with, you know. Wow, that child is driving me up the wall. Anyways, so me, him, and his girlfriend were like all on the same promotion, and what. And we used to travel a lot, of course, with this company, because we used to activate in like almost all the cities in Zim. So we used to travel a lot, of course, depending on the activation that you were doing. Right. My then boyfriend, whom we said we're gonna call Reggae and I were very much on and off, very toxic to each other. Him more toxic to me, of course. You know, because it just is what it is. So Reggae and I were just in like weird spaces half the time. We would break up and make up and all of that crazy stuff. My brows are really dark. They're driving me nuts. I'll fix them. Right. So Reggae and I, on and off, whatever. During the duration of my working time at this place. I worked at this place for about, give or take, 2 years. 3 years? 2 years, I think. So, fast forward, the promotion we were doing with me, Reggae, and his girlfriend ended, and then there came another promotion, right? And me and Reggae were now on the same team, but his girlfriend wasn't. I think she was on a different team or a different promotion or something funny like that, right? So, with this promotion, we were going to travel a lot because they wanted us to cover like almost every city in the country. Cool. So my boyfriend, of course, you know, was really not happy about that because, well, that meant a lot of traveling for me, less time for him and all of that nonsense. So during the course of this promotion, UMjolo and I actually got very, very, very close. He was like and I was always like one of the girls that you find among the boys. Like I would always like just be hanging out with the guys, drinking with the guys, because most of the girls that we actually went out with on these promotional trips for work, of course, they didn't really drink, or if they did, well, like they just, you know, didn't do it as much as I did. Alcoholic, right? So Reggae, myself, and the rest of like the guys on the team became like really, really close, and like we would just always like be together, doing stuff together, hanging out, drinking, all of that jazz, right? Okay, I got some shimmer on my brow. Okay, cool. Anyways, so again, fast forward, we're traveling, we're cool. This guy starts to ask me out, and I'm like, what? That's ridiculous. And he actually, the first time he asked me out, we were actually in Harare. We had come back to Harare. So I was just like, this man is crazy, you know, because I knew that he had a girlfriend, right? So I was like, nah, fam, that's not gonna happen. And then his girlfriend actually had stopped coming to work, and I didn't know why, because we were cool, because like we'd worked on different promotions together, but I didn't like, we weren't like friends, so I didn't really know much about what was going on with them or whatever. So I'm like, this guy though. And I was like, niggas will be niggas, right? Anyways, can't blame a nigga for trying. Sis is cute. So I said to him, nah, fam, we're cool like that, but like I wouldn't date you, especially knowing what I know about you. And he's like, actually, that whole situation didn't work out. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, we're not together. And I'm like, since when? Right? And he's like, I'll tell you about it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. A couple of weeks go by, we go out of town again, we come back, and then we're like just chilled, and then the chick rocks up and she's pregnant. And I was just like, but anyways, still, I was just like, you know what? Thank God I hadn't like done anything with this nigga or said yes to any of his proposals. Right. Main reason being I was still in a relationship with Reggie, who was crazy, crazy, psychotic crazy. So this chick rocks up and I'm like, oh my God, this is so cute. Well, you know how people are. Oh my God, this is cute. Congratulations. Well, what? And then actually she had come to get some money from this on. And it's like, this on is weird. But whatever, we move. So after that, this own now was like now making it a point to be like, whenever we'd like go to work together or go out of town together, he was like always trying to make it a point, like to prove to me, Gutiana, I'm single or whatever. Like he was just doing the most. And then I asked him like, why are you like this though? Like what's the situation? What's going on? And he was like, no, we've been fighting a lot, or we had been fighting a lot or whatever. So we've decided to like kind of call it quits. And I'm like, hey, but what about the child? Because like now there's a child involved. So like you don't just wake up guy and say we're calling it quits, right? Had the whole talk with him and he's like, no, it's cool. I definitely have no plans of not like being present for my child. I just don't feel like this woman is the woman that I should be with. And I'm just like, okay, cool, whatever. But anyways, this guy honestly was like such a sweet guy. Honestly speaking, like to take nothing from him, he was a sweet guy when he wanted to be. I feel like most guys are. He was a sweet guy, Jackie, right? And then me and Reggae then broke up after he was crazy psychotic, showed up to my workplace. We had a whole fight, went back home, because Reggae and I used to kind of stay together. He would come to my house, but like he would do that thing where people will bring their clothes one by one to your house until you guys are kind of staying together. So Reggae was kind of staying with us, with me and my sister. So anyways, Reggae and I broke up, but we were like on and off a lot of the times. But at this point, I was kind of certain that I was done. Because you know how a lot of the times when you break up with someone, the more you do it, break up and get back together, like the more you do it, the more you just kind of lose interest in whatever it is that's going on. I'm wearing blue, so I'm kind of just trying to incorporate a little bit of blue in my eye look. Anyways, so Reggae and I broke up, and I was just trying to like just, you know, sort of chill. I really was trying to chill. And then we went out of town. I think we went Mashingo, if I remember this correctly. We went out of town and I got really sick. Like, it was really hot. It was really, really hot. So I got sick. My eyes could not take the sun. Like, my eyes were just yeah, there was a lot going on. And I had like a red line in my eye, so I literally couldn't open my right eye like for the longest time. I think like 2 weeks. But I honestly was just like being strong, and I'm like, no, I'm not going home. Because I think we were on the road for, oh, this was actually a different promotion, but we actually had we used to we traveled a lot as well with this one. So now this was like 2 consecutive promotions that we traveled a lot, and this is me and Reggae on not Reggae, me and UMjolo on on the same team for 2 consecutive cycles, right? So Reggae then is like, he was so sweet to me. I'm gonna tell you, he was so sweet to me. He would literally, he took me to the doctor because I went to the doctor out of town. I went to the doctor prescribed some meds. Well, I got checked out first. He prescribed some meds. I went with UMjolo. He took me. We he helped me get my meds, and he would administer them to me because I needed to get like eye drops every, was it 3 hours or so? Every 3 hours or so. And I couldn't really like be up and about, and when we were in a different city, obviously you had to be up and about and all of that jazz. I couldn't really be up and about, so most of the stuff that I needed to get done, he would literally take care of for me. Sweet, very. Anyways, UMjolo convinces me that he's no longer with this person of his, and you know, he's trying to be a good father to be. We would I got better, and then I would like go with him to buy like, stuff for his baby and all of that jazz. Oh, FYI, I then did say yes to his proposal at some point. I was like, oh, okay, like, alrighty, like, alright, maybe let's just see what this will take us. Big mistake. Big mistake. So anyways, one time we are out of town. We were literally out of town most of the times. One time when we're out of town, he says to me, well, he receives a phone call, and then he walks out of the house that we were staying at, and he takes his call and he comes back. And he's just like a whole different person. I'm like, what is going on? But we were like cool. Honestly speaking, I feel like me and this guy, like we had a good connection. Like half the time I wouldn't even have to tell him that something was wrong. He would just know that something's wrong, and vice versa. So I picked up on the energy and I was like, Echo, what's wrong? Right? And then this guy, I was like, oh, my baby mama told me something about you. And I'm like, whatever, right? Because like I kind of didn't have anything like to hide. I feel like in my relationships I'm just that person. I'm an open book. What you get is what you see, right? And if I do have secrets, I'm most likely to share them with you, because I'm not too good with all that secret keeping and whatever. So anyways, fast forward, him and his baby mama, well, I actually used to encourage that they talk more, seeing as they were going to have a child together. Good Samaritan. Anyways, anyways, this girl apparently, okay, not apparently, she would call a lot. You know, she'd be like, oh, I need this, I need that for the child, for myself, or what. And I honestly didn't have a problem with it, because I was just like, like, what type of person would I be if I had a problem with someone stepping up, you know, and doing the right thing by the woman who's having a child? Not knowing that during the course of, anyways, when we would come back home to Harare, I would go to my house. I used to stay in Belvedere, and then I then moved to Wesley. No. I used to stay in Belvedere. Yes! I used to stay in Belvedere. And fast forward, this nigga got back together with his baby mama. Cool, great, fine, right? I wasn't told. So now, practically, oh, this is cute. Okay, so now when I look back at it, I'm like, no, wait. So this nigga probably cheated on her with me, and then cheated on me with her. Nobody can stop reading. Yeah, UMjolo The Pandemic. You understand why I chose those two names for the story, right? So anyways, this guy and I get to talking. I don't know Kakuti, he's back together with this person. She would call more often, like when we were on the road and whatever. And I just figured that it was because, you know, she's pregnant and she's not with her person, her baby daddy. So obviously she wants some sort of, you know, support and whatever. And I won't say much about like what he would like reveal, about her or her past or her life, whatever. But then like I just figured, you know what? I'm not gonna be that bitch. I'm not gonna be that bitch, right? And then, oh guys, tell me these eyes are not getting, they're getting. So after a while, this man convinces me. He's like, no, I think you should move out. I think you should get your own place. Like when I want to come and visit you and sleep over, what. I want to be able to like just come to your house. So find a place, what. Plus, I'll even help you out like with a couple of things. I'm like, okay. I mean, who doesn't get weak in the knees with a nigga that likes to plan with you, right? Cool. Okay, liner done. So out the course of about a month or two after his child was born, like we were cool. He would go see his child at his baby mama's I think mom's house or something of the sort. I really didn't like to get involved because I just felt like I should probably just keep my place, you know, stay in my lane, you know, until maybe, I mean, right. And then we went out of town. We did like so we were gonna do like, this trip is gonna be like really long. I think we're gonna be out of town for like 3 weeks, or was it a month? It was like really long. So we got out of town, and then while we're out of town, it's the usual, you know, we're cool, everybody knows I'm his girlfriend. It is what it is, right? But I think because UMjolo's baby mother used to work at the same place as me and was there maybe for long, not maybe, was there for longer than I was. A lot of people weren't really happy with my relationship with him because maybe they felt like I was home wrecking, which is something I got called a lot. That's a story for a different day. Which I got called a lot, but then I was just like, whatever. You know what? I'm not even like gonna be pressing myself with things like this, because people be out here calling you all sorts of things when they don't even know what's really going on, right? It's like how a woman will go to attack the other woman. Do you even know what she's been told about you? Anyways, a story for another day as well. So anyways, this is when the drama starts, okay? So now UMjolo was just like, he was acting okay throughout the whole not the whole trip. Okay, how do I put this? So when we were in Skies, we were cool. Nothing was wrong. He got a phone call from his baby mama and he acted weird about it, and I was like, this guy is weird, but whatever, you know? And I thought, maybe he's just being weird because it's just like weird having me knowing that he has a, I don't know what to call it, a co-parenting relationship with this person. You know, it's like if your baby mother was to call you when you're with your girlfriend and your girlfriend, it's just weird, I think, right? But this is just me. This is just me thinking that's what it was. That's what I thought it was, right? So I was like, whatever. Then this nigga comes back and he says, and he says, oh, my baby mama said that there's just like been a lot of stuff flying around March. And I'm like, okay, now this went, I'm annoyed. I'm like, do y'all have nothing better to talk about? Like, do y'all have nothing better to talk about? Like, other than talk about me and whatever is flying around about me. Like, what's your guando? So me and him actually ended up having a little fight. My favorite tattoo. ended up having a fight, and then yeah, whatever. So anyways, we traveled to Chipinge. We had a draw there. We go to Chipinge. We spent, I tell you, on that day, let me tell you, we spent the day so in love, holding hands, taking little walks together, like taking a break from everyone and everything, you know, just, you know, we were just really in there. Cool. The day's about to end. We're about to wrap up and go to the place where we're staying so that we could prep for tomorrow's draw. And then this nigga just starts acting weird. I'm like, okay, whatever. Anyways, we get to the place we're staying. I clean my shoes, and usually like we would do a thing where he'd clean my shoes sometimes and then I'd clean his sometimes. I'm like, do you want your shoes cleaned? And he's like, whatever. And I'm like, okay, this is weird, but whatever. So I figured, dramachi with a bema. Then fast forward to the evening, this guy still isn't talking to me. I'm like, what is going on? Cool. Next day comes, this guy still isn't talking to me. And now I go to my friend, who is our mutual friend. I'm like, what's going on with the boy? And she's like, he hasn't spoken to you. I'm like, no. And she's like, okay, cool. I heard from one of the owns that the baby mama said that you're a witch. And that you wanted to kill her baby. Okay. So that's so that's why he's mad. Okay, first things first, if I wanted to kill this child, why would I have entertained all of this nonsense of them? And you know what? Whatever. So I was just like, whatever. And then I just was like, cool. I actually also was now just ignoring him because I was like, this is fucking bullshit. And then we finished the draw, and my intention was to finish the draw and then have a conversation with him. The draw ends, and this man bolts, guys. He literally got in the first car to Harare. Left me in Chipinge. He didn't say shit to me. Cool. We then follow. Me and the rest of the team come back to H. I message him. And he's just like, no, I'll have a conversation with you tomorrow, because the next day was a Monday. I'll have a conversation with you tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So Monday, I'm expecting to see an own. Nigga doesn't show up. Tuesday, he does show up, but he doesn't talk to me. This goes on for like a week. Cool. And then I'm just like, okay, this is a lot. Because you're thinking, what, so this own actually buys the shit? It actually makes sense to him? Fine. And then I asked my friend, I'm like, what do I do? And she's like, just leave him alone. He's not even with the drama. And I'm like, okay, cool. But the thing with the heart, this heart here, like, I don't just do like 2-minute noodle type of, relationships. Like, when I'm into someone, I'm like really into someone. Especially someone who's like really sweet and someone who's like shown me, how amazing life can be with them. So for me, it was a little bit heartbreaking, and honestly, I was not happy. I was like, oh my god, I was actually a little bit heartbroken. But then I kept the faith, and I thought, you know what, this own and I will actually literally have a conversation, and he'll realize that this is nonsense. So for me now, it was just more a thing of clearing my name than anything else. But that didn't happen, because now this own stopped coming to work. And then also now at my workplace, the rumor had gone around, she's a witch, she's all of this, she's all of that. That's why she wears all of that jewelry. That's why nearly all the guys here have asked her out. That's why she's like this. She has like, they had so much to say about me. And I feel like at that time, I only literally had 2 friends in a place where there's like 100 people. And it was just a lot. Anyways, so this own now, such an asshole. Let me tell you what he does. This own now decides, you know what, it's not enough that I've like made people hate her. Now I need to mess with her head. What does he do? He starts calling me, and he's like, hey, I'm sorry about everything that's going on. I actually haven't been coming to work because I feel terrible, and I'm trying to find a way to like fix it. I'm trying to find a way to deal with it. And I'm thinking, okay, well, how are you trying to fix it and deal with it if you're not here with me? I have to face these people on my own. And everybody has this this side of a story that is so weird that I don't even know. Like, it's weird. I don't even know about it, right? And then he's like, no, tomorrow, how about you... Are you going to work tomorrow? So I actually took a couple of weeks off work because I couldn't stand there was a lot going on. So I didn't want to deal with the pressure anymore. So my boss was like, okay, it's cool. I took a couple of weeks off, and he was like, just rest. My boss was very understanding. Kudos to you. Very understanding. I took a couple of days off, and then, so I used to go to the studio. I love to sing. So I used to go to the studio. So I took a couple of days off, and I thought, let me go to the studio. Let me just blow some steam. Girl, that was a bad idea. I get to the studio. I'm chilled. I actually recorded a track. Y'all are never gonna hear it. It was about that heartbreak. And then as I'm like waiting for like the producer to kind of like fix some things on it that I wanted fixed, guess who rocks up at the studio with the baby in hand? Yeah, it was drama. That is a that is a story for a different day as well. A whole fight erupted and shit was flying. Yeah, we fought. We had a fight, physical altercation. And then she was dragged out, and then I was dragged out, and then I'm just like, to everybody, get my fucking shit. I'm getting the fuck out of here. And this own, funny enough, when I got there, he had been there, but he was sitting outside with his people, and I didn't even like, because I was just like, nah. And then he was like to me, oh, I heard your track, it's actually sounding pretty dope. And I'm like, thank you so much. Or like, we didn't even talk like that. So when his baby mama got there, this nigga ran like a pussy. He ran. And then I got my shit, got out of there, went to my house. I had a black fucking eye. Yes, I did. I had a black eye. Because I was sitting like in the booth when she walked in. I was sitting in the booth, and she literally just came at me, like kicked me in the face. But then, well, after that, well, what I did was not but whatever, I was attacked first. I don't fight anymore. See, my hands are clearing up, my knuckles are not as dark. I don't fight anymore. Then after that, I went home, and honestly, I think that's the first time I actually broke down since him and I had broken up. And then it hit me. I was like, nah, but what the fuck was this girl doing at the studio? They were together. Like, she was staying at his house. Like, these people are together. Friend. So, I got home, I cried. I just wasn't happy. And now and I think the worst part about this whole story is this guy would literally emotionally manipulate me to the point where he would make me think that this girl is crazy, this woman is crazy, I'm not with her. He strung me back and forth. And then he says to me, no, I've decided, let's go to SA. And I'm like, cool. And he's like, I'm getting us tickets. And I'm like, cool. And he's like, pack a bag. And I'm like, cool. And he's like, the plan is I'll come to your house tomorrow, meaning the next day. I'll come to your house, we'll have breakfast, and then I'll go home, I'll pack a bag, because I know you've already packed. I'll pack a bag, we'll meet in town, and then we'll go. We'll meet by the bus station in town, and then we'll go. I waited. I woke up early the next morning, I bathed, I looked cute. My bag was packed. I waited. 9, 10, 11. I called a nigga, he's not picking up. 12, 1, 2. I called a nigga, he's not picking up. And now I'm thinking, okay. So for me, the thing with me is, if we make a plan and then like you're not picking up the phone, the first thing that comes to my mind is maybe something's happened. Because I'm not one to like ignore a phone call after I've made plans. I will literally just pick up the phone and tell you, I'm sorry friend, I'm not coming. That's me. And half the time that's always gotten me like really disappointed, because I always feel like people should reciprocate my actions, but that's not how people are. Anyways, so this doesn't pick up the phone. 3, 4, 5. Now I'm worried. Did something happen? Did he die? Okay, and I'm like, okay, cool. Let me wait. He's gonna show up, right? He told me he'd show up, right? So he's gonna show up. So I wait. I think it was now like 8 p.m. And now I'm just all over the place because now I don't know what to think. I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to tell myself. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me try calling this on one more time. And if he doesn't pick up, shafarana. Shafarana. Bo. I call this on. The phone is picked up this time. Guess what? Guess what the person on the other line says? Why the fuck are you calling my husband? Oh! Well, as my good friend Rosie would say, oh! I'm laughing about it now, but I'm telling you, at that point in time, 5,000 things went through my head. I wanted to die. I wanted to scream. I wanted to cuss. I wanted to tell her the fuck off. But I was just like, nah. That's when I realized, nah. This man ain't never loved me. This man was never serious about me. I was entertainment to this man. I'm gonna call this one how he cheated on me and made me look like Boo Boo the Fool. Clown Town. And you know, I'm like, oh, okay. Am I gonna have Ron too with this woman now just on the phone? And I was just like to myself, nah. And I was just like to her, I want to speak to the owner of the phone. And she's like, well, I'm the owner of the phone. I'm like, okay, you know what? We're not doing this. We're not doing this. So I cut the phone. And that was it for me. That was it for me. And he didn't call me back after that, but I had a bottle of wine in my house. No, was it whiskey? I think it was whiskey. I had a bottle of whiskey in my house at the time. I did the most. I did the most. And because I'd taken days off still at work, you know, I was safe. I didn't need to worry about that. I called my friend and I told her. And she was like, do you need me to come over? And I'm like, no, sweetie. What I need is for you to help me turn back the hands of time so that, okay, I know my foundation looks crazy. But in real life, it actually looks pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. And I'm putting this much because I needed to, like, last me. These kids, though. Let's just pretend they're at your house, Anka. Let's just pretend these kids are at your house and they're making noise in your background, not in mine. Not in mine. Anywho, and I'm like, no. I just need you to help me turn back the hands of time so that I undo all of this nonsense, this foolery with this fool. Guys, if I tell you that the next day when I woke up, a part of me wanted him to call me and wanted him to apologize to me and tell me that this woman was at his house while he was trying to peck and therefore he couldn't go. I wanted an explanation. I felt like I deserved an explanation. And honestly speaking to God, I feel like I do. But if you feel like I didn't, in the comments, just tell me, girl, you were delusional. You were delusional. You did not deserve any explanation. Just tell me in the comments. Anyways, I wanted him to call me. I wanted him to tell me, you know, it was a mistake. I wanted him to tell me that, you know, he told her off and he was coming to get me. But this own wasn't coming to get me for shit, for Jack. And that's not even the cherry on top of the cake. You know how sometimes when something genuinely breaks your heart, you are like so much in denial. You do dumb shit. Let me tell you the dumb shit that I did. I tried to call him. It went straight to voicemail. I tried to message him. The messages only had one tick. And then my leave days came to an end. I went to work. And guess what I found out? This nigga, this UMjolo nigga, took his wife. And I call her wife because, well, his baby mama, but whatever. In our culture, when you have somebody's child and you live together, you're their wife. Even though, Jajo, the truth of the matter is you're a baby mama. No shade. It's just the truth. You're only a wife when he pays bride price for you. When he honors you like that. Anyways, this guy took his baby mama and his baby. And they went to South Africa. But God is not a fool, and he never sleeps. If I tell you this happened in September, a long time ago. In September, a long time ago. That's how come I can actually laugh about it. It happened in September, a long time ago. And my birthday is in October. My birthday came. And I was like heavily depressed. So I would go to work. I would do what I needed to do. I would go home. I'd drink something and I would sleep. And that is how I functioned for the most part of September of that year. And then on really bad days, like I would just cry. Like on bad days I would really just cry. And my cousin came to visit, and she was like just genuinely like concerned about me. She was like, yo, dude, because I'm usually the strong one. I'm usually the one that says, hey, get over it, that's not passage. We move. Nah, I'm usually that one. So her seeing me like that, and I think also she had spoken like to my little sister, because my little sister also came to stay with me, and I think maybe they had had a conversation, and probably she had been told like just how I had like not been functioning. And then she came and she's like trying to like cheer me up. My cousin is such a good sport. Tried to cheer me up, would take me out, but I'd literally be out and just like, if you know me, you know I'm the life of the freaking party. So imagine me just not being able to party because a nigga broke my heart. So October came, and this this guy, shame on you, UMjolo, shame on you. He used to, I think when he would get bored at his house, let me tell you, he would say, you know what, let me look for this girl. And he would message me and be like, I'm so sorry about everything that happened. I just really hope that you and me can one day be friends and all. And you know what that does to a person who hasn't completely healed? It just literally pulls you back. It just literally pulls you back. And that's what he kept doing to me. And at the time, I didn't see it. I didn't see that he actually didn't want me to move on from him. He wanted me to hold on to his bullshit and stay in that nonsense so that whenever he was ready or whenever he wanted to then have me in his life, he would always have me on a string. Can you imagine? Hey, man. Hey. Anyways, this we went out on my birthday. I cried on my birthday. I cried so hard. Imagine a whole me. I think the thing that made me cry the most is the fact that I didn't think we were done. Because usually when things are done, you fight, you have a big fight, and or there's like recurring things, or there's just usually something drastic that happens. Not just, it felt like death. It felt like death. So for me, I was like, what's going on here? Anyways, this man texted me after a while of being there and was just like, hey, what, I'm sorry. And at the time, I'm not sure, like, I can't exactly remember. I can't exactly remember what his I'm sorry's made me feel. But a part of me wanted it to, like, just not be real. Like, a part of me wanted it to be me that went with him and all of that jazz. But again, I said to you, God does not sleep. If I tell you that I met my current boyfriend, I met my boyfriend when I was still working at that place, and I was out of a relationship with reggae. I was not in a relationship with UMjolo. I was just in a weird space. My boyfriend and I met at that weird space and time, and he didn't ask me for my number the very first time. And I was like, this guy though, because I felt like from the first time we saw each other, it was like and I then bumped into him at one of these. It was a very popular club at the time. I bumped into him there, and I was with my peoples and he was with his peoples, and I was like, and he was like, please give me your number. And I was like, yes, please. And so funny thing is, when this whole UMjolo thing was happening, my now boyfriend wasn't really in my DMs, because he wasn't really in my DMs like that until maybe like a year later. And I think it was just all God. It was all God, because he wanted me to like heal and just be in a good place, in a place where I would be ready to receive and give love and just be a good partner to whomever he had gifted me. My boyfriend is amazing. To those of you that don't already know, my boyfriend is amazing. We love each other. But to you, UMjolo, shame on you. And I think the sad part is God gave him daughters. God gave him daughters. And I'm not speaking ill to any of his children. They do not deserve to go through anything because of the sins of their father. But what I'm saying is that I hope that they never have to meet a man as ruthless as that man was, because in as much as he was the devil clothed and disguised as I don't know whom, but they say the devil is beautiful, so I guess he was just the devil in his purest form. I pray that like his kids don't ever meet anyone who will give them any such heartbreak. Yeah, I wish him all the best though. I stay saying that, like, I feel like I wish all my exes the very best, because when they're happy, it means they're not bugging me. So please keep my exes happy, y'all, because I'm very happy with my boyfriend. So, and we don't need any interruptions out here. We don't need any interruptions over here. We're good over here. Jolo and I then had a conversation later on, like maybe like 3 years later, and he was like, oh, I want to apologize, but I never got like any real answers as to why he acted the way he did. And I'm assuming it's because he doesn't have any. Like, what's your excuse for being a dick? Right? What's your excuse for being a dick? Excuse my language, excuse my French. We had a conversation and he apologized, and I forgive him because I that's just the person I am. I feel like I'm just very forgiving, and maybe that makes me naive and whatever, but I feel like it's for my own good. Because if I hold a grudge, yay, like when I'm mad, I'm like mad. When I'm mad, I'm like mad. Yeah. So I forgave him. I moved on. I met an amazing man. We've we've planned an amazing life. We've been happy. He's doing amazing. He's amazing. Yes, he makes me smile this hard. He makes me very happy. Of course, we have our ups and downs, but who doesn't? Who doesn't? I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. The story is officially done, but there's like so many other stories within this story. So if you guys want me to do another story time, do let me know. I wasn't big on doing story times because I didn't think I'd be able to tell a story. I don't see myself as a storyteller. But maybe the more I do it, the easier it becomes for me. Or maybe you guys just genuinely enjoyed my yabbering. If you're not already subscribed, please do smash the subscribe button. I'm gonna go and finish off my face, and then I'll come back with my outro. And then, yeah. Thank you guys so much for sitting through this. Okay guys, that was the story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know that in there I was getting lost sometimes, but that's honestly because this happened a long time ago. Okay. It happened a long time ago. It's like over 6-7 years ago. I don't know, it was a long time ago. But yeah, that's why somewhere within I would then remember no. I was just so, and then I just sort of fixed that. But thank you so much for sitting through it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please do like, please do comment, please subscribe. Please let me know what else you would like to see. From here on out, this girl is going to try and be more consistent. I'm going to try and be dropping a video for you guys every week. Okay, I can't say I've said this before. But if I said this before, well, yeah, I mean it now. I mean it now. I love you guys big. I love you guys hard. In a world where you can be absolutely anything, please choose to be kind. Your girl gotta go and host. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay blessed. So I was one of the new girls, kinda, at the time, and UMjolo was one of the really nice guys to me. He was very nice. Everybody else wasn't as nice because we had different backgrounds. And they sort of made it a point to, especially the girls, yes, they made it a point to not really be too nice to me. So I had a few friends, like I always kept to myself, but like I'm a nice girl. With time you'll warm up to me. Anyway, so this UMjolo guy always used to he always used to greet me. He always used to be so nice to me, just always trying to make me feel comfortable. Whenever we'd have like meetings and everyone is in the vicinity, he would always just try to like make me feel welcome and whatever. Right? So after a while, we worked on one of this other promotion, and it had like a lot of people on it. And so there was trucks, but there was also like in-store activations that were going on with this particular promotion. UMjolo also had a girlfriend at the time who was working at the company, right? And well, she obviously had been there longer than me. Again, I was the new girl, so whatever, right? So I start working with Mjolo and a whole lot of others, of course, but then like he was one of the people that I was like cool with, you know. Wow, that child is driving me up the wall. Anyways,